This is my first time as the chairman, and just bear with me. I'm going to follow this cheat sheet to the letter of the law. And at this time, if you have any cell phones, we ask that you turn those off, and we will proceed. Our first item of business is going to be review of the previous minutes. I need a motion to accept the minutes as printed from the April 13th meeting, 2000.
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor, let it be known by an uplifted hand. That's unanimous. All right, the next item of business is to address a variance for Anita Bruce at 101 Dabbs Bridge Road, Dallas, Georgia. At this time, Ms. Bruce, we'll allow you to come forward. You have 15 minutes to present your case. At that time, we'll make a motion and vote if there's
a sign-in sheet. I better put the big dog off. Do I have an application number? Just write my name.
no, you can write your name.
Okay. Hi. Am I supposed to tell you what everything we'll try to make it quick. That's my property, and I go from the church to the stop sign, but the state has bought a little bit of that corner, and now Mother went to the nursing home, and I've got 2 houses, and it's way too much for me. It's like 1.5 acres, and I've cut it to where I have 1 acre. So I just want to build this new little house too close to the driveway, my driveway. So I'm just trying to build a new little house right there. And I'm about, the closest point's about 5 feet to the parking spot. And I think it's probably going to be more of a nuisance for me than anything, but it's the highest point. I don't have to cut trees, and it's the best place that my septic perks on the lot. So I'm hoping that that y'all think it's okay. And then when you say it's okay, hopefully then I can sell my property and then build my little house. And I hope I can live there forever because I need a little home. That's all. Do you want me to say more? I've got pictures.
No, ma'am. I have one question that I'd like you to state for the record, that you do own both properties.
Yes, sir. I own both properties, and 149 Dabbs Bridge Road was the entire property, but recently I have had it separated. I had surveys and I had it separated, and it was okayed in the court. And so the new address is 101 Dabbs Bridge Road, with the house on it that I've owned the whole time now is 149 Dabbs Bridge. So I have a driveway, and I have a water meter. But I decided this was smart to do because I wanted to be official about it. I didn't want somewhere along the line saying, oh, you've done something wrong. So I wanted you to come and tell me it was okay. And if you don't think it's okay, then I have to figure, to move it. I like the positioning of that house because it's going to not face the road. It's going to face the yard, and I like the yard. And that's why I want it like that. So the back of the house is toward this parking spot, and the front of the house will be facing my flowers. Mm-hmm. But yes, I do own the whole thing, but I have to sell because it's just too much work now.
Do you plan on using the existing driveway, or are you installing
Oh no, I
a new
have
driveway?
a new driveway already, a new one, meaning that I can. Do you want me to come up there and show you a picture?
If you've got one.
Oh, sure I do. I made pictures.
Don't show him all of them.
Let me just try to find it under that one, because I made lots of them. Because you never know, you could have asked a lot of questions. That's the new driveway. And this is the parking spot that I'm talking about that I'm going to build behind. And then this is the old driveway. This is where my house is. Hopefully you like Trump because I have signs all over still. I didn't think about that, but it's true. And so I've got my little shed here, and I'm gonna have a little house here, and then all the way to the other side is my house I have now.
Was the driveway that you're putting in for the new house, was it permitted through the county?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And there was a lot split survey
Yes, sir.
that was done.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I didn't know what I was supposed to do first, so I've just been trying to jump through hoops to do, get ready to have a little house. And then I thought, well, this is very important, so I came here to make sure, because if I sell the property, I don't want somebody to say, oh, we don't want your house there. Want more?
No, you're good. Chris, do we have any opposition at this time?
There is no opposition on this application.
Any other questions?
So this variance would be before the sale of the property?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I was moving my stuff from the house into the shed today, and so I'm trying to get everything, that I can keep, and then the rest of it, I just, I'm giving a lot of stuff away. I'm not keeping any furniture, so I'm just gonna start over with a little house.
You said, just to clarify, you're going to build the new house before you sell the other property?
No, I cannot. I don't have that kind of money. I have to
Okay.
sell my house, and then I'm going to sell it. It's gonna be like a little transition time. I'm gonna put it on the market, I'm gonna sell it, and then when I sell it, I'm gonna build, and I'm thinking there's gonna be a little leeway time in there to where somebody wants to move in. I mean, I can't think that you'd sell it and get all the money and everything together. So I think there's gonna be a little time, and I have, the builder that built the HGTV houses down the street is gonna, he's got 5 people that are already, gonna build across the street from me in the pasture. So I said, if you want me to sell so you can have big expensive houses and keep your values up, let me know, because I'll sell it. I don't want to, upset him. And he said, I like to build little houses. So, he just thinks while he's building those big houses across the street, he could throw me up a little house. And I already have the plans. I have all the plans for the architect. I'm so proud of myself. It's my first time.
The little building that you have, you said you're using it for storage. Are you planning on that being a permanent building?
Yes, I want that to be a little, like, when I get, I've got my yard tools in it right now. I've got mostly yard stuff and, the gardening and that kind of stuff. And then I've put, a few lamps. I've kept a few lamps, those kind of things that I'll put in the new house. But I just want to keep it as, Christmas trees and, my storage that I want close to my house.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Does anybody else have any more questions? You can be seated.
Yes, sir.
Chris, my question about her storage building, can it be in the front of the house? Is there any regulation regarding that?
The storage building that's out there, we've seen it as temporary right now, but it's subject to setbacks for an accessory structure, which would be the 30, which if this is approved, it would be the 30 on the front, and on the side, it would still retain at least a 10-foot setback
On the side?
on the accessory on the sides.
I have a picture of it. So you have the road, you have grass and rocks, and then you have a berm with Leland cypress trees, and then you have a space, and then you have the fence, the wood fence, 8-foot wood fence, and then you have another space, and then you've got the shed. It's a 10 by 20 shed.
Do you know how far it is off the right of way?
It's I can try to think.
Well, let me say this.
I'm close. I can think pretty close. It's going to be, that's at least 10 and 10. It's probably close to 20 to 25 feet off. And it's going to be a dead end. They're closing the road off, so they're not going to expand my part. I'm going to be Old Dabbs Bridge. There's going to be nobody on that road but the people across from me. And there's only going to be like 2 driveways because these people bought 1.5 acres. They're going to come off of Old Farm Road. At least 1 or 2 of the houses going to come off of Old Farm Road. So there's only going to be like a neighbor. And I've already talked to those people, and they like me, and they think it's fun.
Well, that's my question, why I brought it up, because you said you're going to use the building. I don't want you to think that we are approving that building where it's at.
But
If we decide to make this vote,
Uh-huh.
that the building that's there will have to meet all of the setbacks that are set forth in the county.
Yeah,
This is only for the proposal that you brought before us tonight.
I was hoping I could propose all of it. Can I show this to you again real quick? This is, see, look at how, this is the Dabbs Bridge. This is all the distance here. And then I've got rocks, and then this is the same distance here over to the fence. This same distance over to here. These are Leland cypress. And then, I've got another picture of it. I've got another picture of it over here. There's a lot of room. It's not next to the road. But I've got here, this is a better one. This shows you how much distance I've got. There's a ton of distance between. Because the road's all the way over here, and then you got that, and then you got,
See, here's my question.
that's property.
Your property line's here. And counting,
He's the only one that.
Oh, sorry. Counting the right-of-way, Chris, she has to be 30 feet from the property line with the building. Correct?
I'm not sure how these people do it.
That's why I'm clarifying
Yeah.
this.
I'm gonna go back and clarify myself, this variance is for the primary home structure, which is, requires a 35-foot front setback and then also the 15 on the side. Accessory structure, the reason I say 35 feet or 30 feet, which actually would be to 35 for the accessory, it's what it says in the ordinance, it can't be in the front yard.
Well, it's not my front yard. My front yard
But
is,
it's going to be.
no, that's not my front yard. It's beside the house. My front yard, I'm gonna show you a picture of my front yard in a second. Got all these horrible places. So,
Yeah,
my
the front yard is determined on the road frontage, not the facing of the house.
Yeah, my front yard is this area. See, this is gonna be beside the house. See the house, this is it right here. So you've got the road all the way up here, and so you've got all this distance to the shed, and then you've got all this distance, and the house is gonna start over here. This shed is just gonna keep my, like I said, my tools and my yard stuff, and it's gonna keep my Christmas and holiday stuff in it. So I just, it's got a long way to go for the road.
I see what you're
And
saying.
then the house is gonna go here, but this is just the side of the house, and there's a kitchen back there, there's no windows in the kitchen. So there's not even a window on this side, there's gonna be a sliding glass door over this way. There's a sliding glass door right here. But,
I'll give you a picture back.
you want me to show you?
Chris, one last question to you.
The reason I want that shed is because, the reason I'm trying to get a variance of it, once I get that house built, it's gonna be hard, cause I've got flowers and shaking, cause I didn't even, but, this little garden right here, it's got some azaleas, and these azaleas are blooming orange, they're beautiful, but it's gonna be hard to get that shed out this way once that house is built.
Okay.
And it's a brand new shed, it's a 10 by 20 shed, it's brand new, and it's 10 feet this wide, and along the house it's only 20 feet. But you can't really see it for the fence, I have the wood fence.
All right.
Right here.
That's good.
Has the wood, you don't even see it, and this way you won't see it that much.
I got you. Chris, the question I had for you was that, is this gonna be classified as her backyard or her front yard?
Side yard.
Front, back, or side? What's gonna determine that?
Based on the survey that was provided, the front yard is the frontage on a road that is the smallest. The frontage on the Dabbs Bridge Road is about, be honest about it, it's probably about 10 or 12 feet shorter than the Highway 61 side. So technically, the frontage is Dabbs Bridge Road.
He wrote that, I said, no, that's not the front of my house, and he said, well, he said it's the roadside, So it's exactly what y'all just said, it's the truth, at least what my guy said. That here he did the picture.
One other question for you, Chris. This is not our issue presently.
On the shed, and I'll have to get with Anita, because technically a 10 by 20 shed would require a building permit and be subject to the setbacks, but
I went to the building department and they said it had, if 200 square feet does not have.
so 200 square feet or less. I just had to check on that part, but it still would be subject to some setbacks, so we may need to work with her on the shed.
Okay.
And I've made note of that.
And that's what I'm trying to clarify for you, that we're not giving you,
A chance to keep that shed.
no, that's not what I'm saying. That when you go to get your building permit, the shed may become an issue, and that's not what we're meeting for. All we're meeting for is the variance on the sideline for you to cut the setback for a new house. And I want that to be clear, that you understand we're not giving you, if we decide to vote to give you the variance, we're not giving it for the structure that's already existing.
Now, when I went to the permits department before I bought a shed, and the building department said I could have, that's where I learned about the 200 square feet, and she told me that is a 10 by 20. So I bought a 10 by 20 shed because that's what she said, didn't have to be permitted, you could just buy one of them sheds without having to actually go through. everything.
Is the shed on a permanent foundation?
No,
Okay.
it's
That,
on blocks.
okay. All right, you can be seated.
Okay.
Any other
But it'd be
questions?
hard to move if I build the house, that's all. I'd have to kind of know what to do.
Right. Any other questions? I need a motion for the application.
Motion to approve.
Need a second?
Second.
All in favor, let it be known by an uplifted hand. At this time, let it be noted that the request has been approved. Is there any other business at this time?
There will not be a meeting in June.
No meeting in June. All right, this time the meeting's adjourned.
Can I shake, you want to look at one